Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at a today's topic video for the 16th of October. Man, this month's flying, huh? So we've got an Ace of Pentacles and we do have the Chariot. We could have strong Cancerian or Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus vibes, but we have somebody who's possibly doing something new with their life. This could be a momentous day, something that was planned. It's a day where they know they're taking a trip, or the day that they're moving, or a day that they're doing something that it's like, finally, the day has arrived. This marks like the first day of the rest of my life. It does have an energy to it of excitement. So the 16th could be somebody had something to look forward to. Knight of Swords, we keep seeing this fast movement forward. Whomever this is, it's like, now we could say maybe this person feels like, oh my God, I've got to hurry it up and get somewhere. But I only see positive energy. I feel like this is something that's right for, the growth in his tree of life. I don't feel like this is somebody frantic, even though this can be impulsive energy. This says it's not. It's been very well thought out. The horses were watered and fed and brushed and well rested in order to get into this journey. This is somebody who gassed up their car the night before. This is somebody who knows what today is going to be. They know what the plan is. There's a moment of stillness and calm. I feel like they get up at dawn and smell the air and be like, here we go. This is it. This is a big thing for me. Now, let me get a move on. And it does feel like this person is keeping their eyes wide open. I feel like somebody is traveling on the 16th and they are going to be really good at keeping track of, traffic and not moving too fast, staying with the flow of, the way traffic is moving. Like, yeah, Four of Coins, they're definitely going to hold back. This is a journey. Even here, we see this merchant that is sailing, but he's being wise. Sometimes this is called the miser's card, but it doesn't have to mean somebody's being stingy. It can just be, I'm holding back, curbing my enthusiasm just a little bit. I am holding back some of my, thrill. I am going to, again, not drive like a lead foot. I'm going to make sure that I go the speed limit. So far, we have a lot of masculine energy. With this Page of Wands, I feel like with every passing mile, he's like more excited though. A Page of Wands in particular is like that first step on a brand new journey. This is exciting, but it's almost like I feel like this person is someone who's very much an adult. They even could be like maybe 40s, 50s even. It doesn't feel like they're super youthful, but at the same time, this is very appealing to their most youthful energy. This is somebody who's got the same thrills and chills like, an 11-year-old, who's going to get to go, whatever, to the skate park or something. They can't wait to go. But this is a full-grown adult. But the more they're on this journey on the 16th, the more exciting this gets, the more like the little kid in them is like, I'm so thrilled. It's just that very youthful expression of joy. Maybe it's because they were prohibited from being able to do this for such a long time. We have that Justice card. Something was absolutely holding them back, or some reason existed, and it was very unfair. They were not free. Now they are. Even here with the Temperance Angel. By the way, we do have Libra, and now we have Sag coming in. But even the Temperance Angel has arms up in the night sky, and it's just like stretching and, waving magic. And it's like, finally, this feels so balanced, from tremendous imbalance with the Libra scales to the balance of the Temperance Angel. I think that this character is like, they can't quite believe that this day has finally come. Something that what was so unfair? What was it that was holding you back, making it so you couldn't do this thing that you want to do? Emperor and King of Cups upright. Somebody knew where their heart was and they absolutely blocked it. This could have been someone who's mean-spirited even. The Emperor sideways is not exactly like the Emperor in the reverse where it's like a total tyrant, but it's somebody who likes to throw their power around. This could have been somebody who said, I know where you want to go. I know what would make you happy. And I take a certain delight in making sure that you can't go. I'm not going to work with you at all. If we had an agreement, I'm going to make you stick to your agreement to the letter, to the minute, to the hour, before the contract is over. Why? Because I can see that you're excited about your next chapter of life, but you don't get to leave until you finish your contract with me. Now, on one hand, it's fair that he's holding a contract right here. So, on one hand, it's totally fair that he's like, remember, you signed this. Even if your lease is over, you don't get to leave until the day your lease is actually up. Um, you know, no, you can't move out even 1 hour early. You have to return the keys to me at 5 o'clock. You need to be there at 5 o'clock on this particular day. It's like they could have worked with this king, but they didn't want to. So it was definitely something where I feel like a person, a kind of tyrannical person, or someone who wants other people to have to play by the rules to the nth degree, or who metered out absolutely everything that they had to do because, hey, you said you would. And it's like, yeah, but you probably didn't even need this person to fulfill the full contract, but you just made them do it anyway. It does feel, because I mean, they certainly thought it was unfair. So I do feel like they know that they were dealing with someone. Now, this could be a boss, this could be an order of authority, this could be a father figure, this could be somebody that they wasn't going to let them go dancing off into the sunset and pursue the life that they wanted to live. They were going to make this person pay back every penny, but it was also about the time, it was the investment, it was everything. You have to do everything before you're free. You have to settle your debt with me in its entirety, and I won't give even a penny less or receive even a penny less. Like, that's what it feels like. This person did think that it was unfair and it was tyrannical, but they did it. They followed the contract to the letter, whatever this was. And at this point, it is a relief because they owe no more to this emperor, from what I can tell. Tell me about that temperance. Wow, Two of Cups and Empress. They do not owe anybody else anymore. If anything, they are so at peace. They are so calm. This could be somebody who literally got in trouble. This could be their parole officer who said, well, you still have, 35 minutes of community service. But to fulfill that, you have to do it, like whatever, 2 weeks from now, because you're supposed to fulfill X amount, per month or something. And, with the supervision schedule, you can't do it again until next month. And so it was like, it could have been extra prolonged, something like that. I don't know why I'm getting parole officer on this. But there was something that prevented them from being able to complete a cycle until now. And it's because every T had to be crossed, every I had to be dotted. But it was definitely something that was preventing them from finally being able to create peace and harmony, specifically with a Two of Cups. And this Two of Cups could be the person that they feel is an empress, or could be a person that I don't know, they may have, maybe this wasn't a parole officer, maybe this was a mother and father that were like kind of, having expectations that this person had to fulfill. But with letting this person finally go, like maybe they still don't get their mother or father's blessing exactly, but they can finally now turn their attention to their own life. And it's less about like possibly a fairly controlling mother and father figure. I'm sorry, this could be a lot of different things, but they are just now able to go ahead and say, I can finally pursue my heart's desire. Finally. With that Two of Cups, I mean, maybe they're just finally, they paid back the money they owed to their mom and dad or something, and they don't have to listen anymore to whether or not their mom and dad approves of their life choices. Let's go back to the beginning and say, so where are you going? Because this notes a day that you get to travel, a day that you finally get to go where you need to go. We have the Judgment card, which is a day for reconciliation. Again, we've got like an angel overseeing this Judgment card. And we got the Page of Coins in the reverse. Page of Coins in the reverse is, they're not even talking about it. They're not prepping. They're not calling ahead. They're just going. They're at a point where Action is so much more important than anything. Knight of Coins, it's like, it's taken too long. It'll take too long if I try to start dialoguing instead of just going. And that's why I'm just traveling. I don't want to make a phone call first. I don't want to try to talk on the phone first and wait for a call back. I don't want to send an email and wait to see what happens. This has been too long already. I just want to go and see if I can fix this. So I feel like they're putting themselves into something where it's like person to person, face to face. I'm traveling because I'd rather just, I'm going to say, see her face to face. 10 of Wands, they literally have all of their, backpack and everything on their back. They literally are saying, normally a 10 of Wands, we wouldn't see a fork in the road like this. Normally we'd see that on the 2 of Wands, right? But on this 10 of Wands, we see them standing at this crossroads. But the 10 of Wands is like, I can finally lay down all these burdens. I should have done it a long time ago. You notice there's some impetus about time because they're holding a stopwatch. I don't think that they could have sped this up, though. I actually think exactly the way this had to go is the way it had to go. And I kind of think with the 10 of Wands, even they know it. Or let's put it this way. There's no point in looking at the past and the wasted time and the time that they were still being kind of controlled by either, like I said, something unfair or demands placed upon them by controlling family members or something in their life that wouldn't permit them to just live their own life. There's no point in looking back at that. It's only time to move forward, and it's time to go after whatever their heart's desire is, right? Which is their 2 of Cups, and it's about reconciling with their 2 of Cups. King of Swords, 3 of Cups. Again, they've come up as a King of Cups. They've come up as a King of Swords. I think that this person feels very empowered. I feel like they know what they want to say, and I feel like they're going to go ahead and say it. They can picture this working well. They're actually confident that they're doing the right thing and just traveling forward, going to talk to her, going to sit down. This is very timely because, this is an October card with all this squash. They already feel like, I'm positive this will work. We'll be able to sit down and I'll be able to talk to her. Is it a long journey that you have to take to get to her, or is this just a day's journey, or what? 4 of Pentacles and Temperance sideways. As much as they want to, they're torn between wanting to speed stuff up and then saying, keep it cool, keep it cool. I almost feel like this could be just enough time where it's like should I push on through? But it might be over, a normal amount of driving. If you figure, yeah, you can drive 12 hours, hell, you can drive 16 hours, but you start to get pretty darn, drained. And I almost think that they're at that point where they're it would be better to split it into a 2-day adventure instead of 1 day. But there's this big push where they're I just want to go as far as I think I can. And then if I need to rest, I'll ask for advice from my temperance angel. What would make this most, sensible? But I would say that this is how they pattern this journey. Oh God. It's also going to be based off of, we said at the beginning, they kind of have this determination and this excitement. And I also think that as they are journeying, they may be having a lot of emotions. I'm picturing somebody who's driving through these specifically different, landscapes. They could be driving through some flat plains or something, and they got tears. They're crying over just the whole experience, having been stuck, having been trapped, having not been able to move forward with their life. Now the relief of being able to, the desire to reconcile with the 2 of Cups. This is their road trip is actually good, maybe because it gives them a chance to purge some emotions and acknowledge how much they have felt in this time period. We have a 4 of Cups, but this is just someone who's been, in this case, we have a feminine who's sitting on the fence meditating, but in front of the tree that is, pruned like it's a gigantic heart. I do think that they're saying all the time that I missed out on being with her. Maybe they think she feels the same way. We have this hand reaching out of nowhere, offering the cup of love still to her. And there is something about their hands. I don't know if these two like really like, yeah, I don't know if they used to fall asleep with their hands holding each other's hands or if they used to walk holding hands. I'm also picturing somebody who's like wanting to slip like a wedding ring on another person's hand, like they envision that or something. This feels very like, God, the wasted time, all these wasted nights, all these wasted times that we could have been together. Seven of Cups. They, as they're making their way, I'm going to say toward her, we do see them, you know, contemplating stuff, wondering, will this go well? I mean, they're determined to do it. They're sure it'll go well. And then they kind of like have a little bit of purging of emotions and a little bit of question mark. I wonder if this will go as well as I think. I wonder what she's thought all this time. It's like they, not to be arrogant, but I do think that they know in the back of her mind, she has to know I loved her, or in the back of her mind, I think she still loves me. God, I hope so. But I wonder what she thought about all this. It feels like the fact that they do not want to call, they just want to get to her and just like face everything with her. They're acknowledging how painful this whole experience has been. All the time they were stuck, all the time something happened where they were not free to either be in this connection, or they hadn't pursued this, or they hadn't come back to reconcile. It's like I feel like there's a lot of catharsis. All said and done, I think that there's still, every mile they got a different emotion here, but I feel like ultimately it's like, no, I am so happy. I'm happy to be traveling toward her. I'm happy at the concept of reconciling with her. I am happy. This overall is a very good thing. They do believe that they could also like have great happiness with her, or that they will make her happy. Final message on all this. Ace of Wands. He may be arriving wherever she lives by nightfall. If he pushes on through, this could be like driving from sunup till way into, like, I mean, it could be 3 o'clock in the morning or something. Because we got the night cats out. We've got these panthers up high, and night cats tend to like to be really active, in the dark and wee hours of the night. We got that King of Swords again. That's the only thing. I feel like he'll be approaching her or arriving somewhere when it's dark. And then it's like, okay, is it rude for me to reach out to her now? Should I pause? Should I wait a minute? I don't know that I think he's going to pause or wait a minute. Six of Pentacles. No, he came this far. I think it's like, regardless, I got to talk to her. So I would say is by, way late, either the night of the 16th or early, wee hours of the morning on the 17th, that actually finally comes out. That he's there and he's like ready to talk to her. I am wishing him all the luck in the world. This feels very exciting, like very, very exciting, and very much like what he needed to do. And real quick, let's do a little card pull for someone whose birthday is on the 16th. Before we close this, we have got a Four of Swords, we have a High Priestess, we have an Eight of Pentacles. Somebody could be getting a really important tattoo this year. It could be, a promise to themselves. It could be in memory of a loved one. It could be somebody's getting married and tattooing someone's, like name around their finger or something. It could be somebody gets a new pet as well, but it's something that will change our character's life permanently, and it's something that they've wanted for a while. We have a year of healing ahead for someone whose birthday is the 16th, and greater intuitive awareness, but it's also a year where somebody like really dedicates themselves and possibly visually, goes through like a ceremony or something to say, I choose this. I knew this would be mine someday, and I am very honored and very pleased to say I choose this. It feels like a love story. It feels like a dedication of one's like energy to a path in life or to a person in life. And it just feels really like a character has arrived at this beautiful like life path for them that's really right at this point. Very nice. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up.